Hey guys, Geno Zero, how you doing? I hope all is well in YouTube land, whatever part of the world that you are in. All right, we are in May, sometime in May. I don't know what day it is, early May, and it's starting to get warm here where I live. It's going to be in the 80s all week long, in the low and mid 80s, but it's going to keep getting hotter and hotter and hotter as the summer progresses. So we are starting to get our cages and our buildings and whatnot ready for summer. So this is just a couple of tricks and things that we do to help keep our animals cooler in the summertime, especially our rabbits who have babies. We don't want the mamas to overheat or the babies to overheat. So here's a few things we do. First thing that we did is this is just a regular 45 watt, little small 45 watt solar panel that I got from Missouri Wind and Solar. I think they run $50, $60-ish, somewhere around in there. I got this one. Last year we hooked it up, and what we did was on each one of our cages, we got just these little bitty computer fans, and I don't know how well they're going to show up, but each cage has got a little computer fan on it, and we have them wired in a daisy chain all together and all wired just straight to the panel. No charge controller, no any kind of anything else. They're wired, just straight wired right to the panel. That way, sun comes out and during the day, hits the panel, makes power, turns the fans on. Fans run all day long. The sun goes down at night, stops making power, turns the fans off. It's like a built-in timer, and it works really good. Now you can see, you can hear the fans going now because I moved them out of the shadow there. And they got a little bit more sun, and they kick in, and this one panel is running 5 fans, 5 of those computer fans, the smaller computer fans, and it does a really good job. And this panel would probably run 4 or 5 more fans at least, just from this one 45 watt panel. So we didn't have to pay to run any kind of wiring. We're not paying for the electricity that we're using to keep the bunnies cool by running regular fans. We've got maybe, all said and done, between the speaker wire that we use to wire it all together, the fans themselves and the panel, maybe $70, $75-ish, in that neighborhood. And it'll keep our bunnies cool and a nice cool breeze on them all summer long. And to me, man, you gotta love it. Something else that we do for the rabbits is when it starts getting warm, is we have frozen, that's a bottle in there that just got water in it, and we put it in the freezer and freeze it. We keep a lot of water, frozen water bottles in our freezer. One, it helps keep the freezer full and run more efficiently. 2, if there's a power outage of some sort, it'll also help keep the freezer cooler for a longer time. 3, or C, or whatever it is that I'm on, you can pull one out in the summertime. You can pull one out, set it on the counter, go out and do your business. When you come back in, it's melted a little bit. You get a nice cold drink of water. Man, love that. And 6, 7, whatever I'm on, well, I forgot where I was going with that one. So, but anyway, that's the main reason is to have the frozen water bottles. It's always good to have several of them around, and then we can just switch them out throughout the course of the day as they start melting. So the bunnies, they love it. You can see they're all piled around it. We try to put it in front of the fan, that way it blows the cool air around, but the bunnies get their nose in it around and move it around, and it's just not going to stay where you put it, so there it is. But they lay all around it, and it helps keep them cool. Something else that we do was at Lowe's, we found a box of partially broken floor tiles that was on clearance sale, and they were dirt cheap, man. They were just like, a couple bucks for, I don't know, we got like 10 of them for a nickel or something stupid. It was really cheap. But they're clay. They're the clay tiles, the big square ones. So what we do is we also take those and stack them in the bottom of the freezer, and we freeze those, and they really stay cool a long time. You can see that our buck rabbit here is laying on his, keeping his underside cool, so that he doesn't, if they get really hot, your bucks sometimes, if they get with a doe and they do the business, but then they won't have any babies because the buck is sterile because he's so hot. So we try to avoid that. We try to keep everybody cooled off. So there's him laying on his floor tile, and we can also switch those out periodically through the day as we go. Of course, he's got his fan running. Everybody's laying in front of their fans because it's warm out today. And this is how we got these main rabbits here. set up. These are our mini Rex rabbits, our pet rabbits. So that's how we keep these guys cool. Now we'll take you out to the big barn and I'll show you what I've got hooked up out there, and I guess I'll see you out there. Something else that I forgot to mention about the rabbits, especially the rabbits that are nursing, make sure they have plenty of water available. Just like us, they dehydrate quickly, and you want to make sure they have plenty of water. Something else we got is we redid our reflectors. I know this looks like crap, but it works. The reflectors were getting dull again, so this is just some Mylar that we used some spray adhesive onto the reflectors and taped it down on there, and you can see the result. The oven's at about 300 degrees out here in the sun, getting ready to bake some bread in it, because yes, you can totally bake bread and rolls and stuff like that in your sun oven. And I will be trying one out here in the next couple of days that the Silverfire dudes sent to me to try out. It's one that they make. It's a lot more cost efficient, a lot more affordable. I think it's around $100, and it's their version of it. And you know I love the Silverfire guys. I trust them, so we're going to see what theirs will do here in the next couple of days, and I'll let y'all know. We'll make a video about that. So anyway, we're headed back up to the barn, and I'll see you at the barn. Okay guys, out here in our main rabbit barn, this is where we grow, have a lot of our other rabbits in our grow out pen. I have one of the same 45 watt panels that's up on the roof of the building here on the barn. And you can see I just have it wired straight to this fan. This is a 12 volt RV fan. It's an oscillating fan, as you can see. And the same principle with the computer fans. That panel probably will run a couple of these, and I'll get probably another one or two for this barn. And then I'm going to get one for the chicken coop. And they run straight from the solar panel. They run as long as the sun's out. And even if it's not full sunny days, you can see it's cloudy right now. We had some big clouds move over, but the fan is still running, and it makes a noticeable difference in how cool it is here in the barn. The windows in the barn are just windows that I screw on in the fall, and then I take them off again in the spring to let air flow through here to keep everybody cool. And just having some air movement, along with the water bottles and the frozen tiles for the bunnies to lean up against, will make a huge difference in how comfortable your rabbits are, your chickens, and so on and so forth. But like I say, the same 45 watt panel, these little fans, I don't remember what it was like $15 or something like that at Walmart in the RV automotive section. Just a little 12 volt plug. It had one of the cigarette lighter plugs that you plug into the cigarette lighter of a vehicle. I just cut that off and wired it straight to the panel, and it works. It runs, when the sun comes out, it runs really fast, so and it makes a really good breeze. But we got clouds right now, and it's still going, it's still making a breeze. So now I'll take you over and show you what I did for Pork Chop, for all the Pork Chop fans, which I am a huge Pork Chop fan. She is my little buddy. But we'll go check out what I did for her, and I'll see you in a bit. What you did? Okay guys, here's how Pork Chop's growing up, and she is my sweetie, my little sweetheart. Loves the belly rub. But what we did for her is we got this old kiddie pool that it had holes and whatnot in it, and I just filled it full of sand that we hauled up out of the creek. And this way I could come by and mist it with a little bit of water, and it cools it off and it makes it nice and moist, and she gets in here and wallers around. And of course the chickens get in here and waller around to take their dust bath, and it keeps them cool, and it's down here in the shade, and they love it, don't we? Oh, that's my pretty girl. Yeah, yeah. She's getting big. I'd say she's probably close to 200 pounds. So there you have it. This is what I've been doing. This is what I've been doing for our animals to get us ready for the hot summer months that are coming here real soon. And I hope it helps. And like I say, this is all just kind of real easy stuff to do. What is it, sweetie? Real easy stuff to do. It's not hard to hook that stuff, to wire it straight to the solar panels. It's really not difficult at all. If I can do it, you guys can totally do it. So you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Any questions or comments, feel free. Say bye-bye, Pork Chop. You gonna say bye? God bless. The end. Buzz, buzz, the end.